The Munsters, which pretty much is the WMD.
Mike, hit the theme song.
Yes.
Do we have it?
It's pretty much the WMD version of straight to DVD movies.
Now that was a cultural 9/11.
Yes, it was. So we watched this movie after watching the trailer, and it's baffling how truly bad it is. So this was this was originally supposed to go to theaters, right?
I hope.
And then Universal saw the cut of this and was like, put it on DVD. There's nothing we can do about this.
Yep. This is going to go in that multi-pack in the dollar store with all the other Rob Zombie movies.
All of like the discount biblical.
Yeah.
You get it for free when you get another movie on Redbox.
Yeah.
You
Just throw it out.
Take this for free. We don't want it. So I looked up a couple things before we get started talking about this movie. This is all spoilers. The first thing is that Rob Zombie fought with the studio to shoot it in black and white, and that might be why the lighting is so fucked up, because this was originally supposed to be black and white.
All right. So my question is, did he fight to keep it in black and white, or to do so? From the get-go, it was supposed to be in black and white.
That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense because
it looks bad.
It looks awful. And like,
which if they didn't care about sending this to theaters and just dumping it, they should just let them do it.
yeah, exactly.
Honestly, yeah.
Like,
But the other
gives a
thing,
shit.
but the thing is that this is clearly, I don't know if it started off as that, but they are clearly positioning this for children now.
So,
And children are not going to watch black and white.
Well,
they just
not
are
only
not
that,
going to do
children
that.
aren't interested in a romance movie that features a sing-along to fucking I Got You, Babe.
that was my like main problem with this. I was watching it and like I was like, who the fuck is this for? I was like, is this for old people who actually give a shit about the Munsters? Is this for like new actual like kind of like people who are like, I'm gonna like go and redux like all of these old shows? Or is it for kids? Is it supposed to be like a Halloween movie that's gonna survive like the ages? And I was like, none of these.
It's for Rob Zombie and nobody
Yeah.
else.
It is straight up for
Well,
Rob
the only other
Zombie.
person is Sherry Moon Zombie. It's also for her.
Yo,
Well, it's a
I
Rob
want
Zombie
you
film,
guys.
so of course.
So I want you guys. I'll find all the information to find a cut of the movie and I'll send it to you guys. I made 2 short films in 2017, or I was
Pat,
hired to work on them.
Stop trying to make us watch your short film.
Sorry, this is another one of those.
I redid the Munsters.
It was me. I made the Munsters. This movie cuts. You know how when you're watching something and it just isn't of quality, you're watching it and you're just like, it doesn't build the atmosphere. It doesn't sell you on the idea. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
There's no energy. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's a cut. Like,
Yeah, there's
okay.
no. It just looks like it's thrown together like somebody like if you were to tell a computer what a movie was, and then it would make one for you. That's what it is.
I
you
think
know?
a computer would do a better job.
Yeah, it has all the bells and whistles. And basically, my point is that me and Rob Zombie can put out the same quality movie now.
Yeah, it felt like a student film.
Yes.
Because there was no real point to any of it, and it just kind of meandered for almost 2 hours.
The script goes nowhere.
The script,
No.
yeah, it's
Well, you guys told me have fun watching 2 hours of absolutely nothing happening, and you were
I was spot
absolutely
on, right?
right.
Did you like how at the end the resolution was they became millionaires for no apparent reason of their own doing?
The whole this is a prequel to the
Yeah.
Munsters is what it is. Like the whole Munsters show is set up with them.
This is like that
living on-
Russell Crowe Peter Pan movie. Robin Hood.
Robin
Robin
Hood,
Hood. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where it's called Robin Hood. It's billed as Robin Hood. You put it on. It's not Robin
not
Hood.
Robin Hood.
He just Zombie just went into the pitch meeting and was like, didn't you ever wonder how the Munsters became the Munsters? And
That's
everybody was like, not really.
Literally
no.
everyone was like,
I don't
no.
really care
The
about
thing, the
that.
closest thing I can compare this to would be the Han Solo movie, where it's just like
That's a comparison.
everything you know about this character, we're gonna tell you how it happened. You want to know how they got married? You want to know how they wound up at 1313 Mockingbird Lane? Like
Yeah.
we
But
got
you-
all the
you are-
answers.
You are like, there's like, I care about a little bit about Han Solo and how he became something. I did not give a fuck about Herman Munster.
But that's the thing, it's
becoming
like-
Herman Munster. Like,
Yeah, for sure. But
Also, can we talk about the fact how the guy brings him to life, and then after he like makes a fool of himself, we never see that or hear from that guy ever again?
No, we hear from him occasionally.
He's a leper at one point.
yeah.
What?
He comes back and he's like, "Oh, you're back. How was vacation?
Yeah.
Your skin sounds
Yeah,
different." You
they
get
write him out of
tan."
the movie for like 30 minutes after that scene, and then he comes back just to like
For the wedding.
look, be a leper and give him away at the wedding.
Yeah.
and then we
Oh,
never
that's
see him
right.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's so uneventful that I'm not surprised you didn't remember.
Did you notice that Igor was the guy from Lost?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
Hurley.
yeah, I
Hurley
did
from
notice
Lost.
that. Okay, so like the other thing was like I knew how shitty this was gonna be going into it just based upon the trailer, and I thought the trailer was maybe. We thought maybe it was a troll at first too,
No, I never thought that.
but I remember when we
hoped.
started it. We started it. I started the movie because I had a 2.5 hour car ride, so. First, I had to scour the internet for a fucking Munsters torrent that wasn't the whole goddamn show, okay? Which,
The entire like however many
yeah,
seasons.
however many torrent sites there are. So, number one, thanks for that, because Netflix. First of all, Netflix, why don't you support downloading for fucking iOS? That would have been wonderful. Was
Dude, I
number
don't
one.
understand that why.
Number two. I had to watch this on my laptop with my AirPods in a car. At a certain point, there was music playing like on the radio that I liked more than this, and I started paying attention to that, and 15 minutes of the movie went by,
And then you had to go back.
No, we were in the exact same place. We were still plot wise. I was like, I didn't miss anything.
Like, okay.
Like what? I don't know what happened, but sure, okay.
when I watched
And like you don't understand, I didn't move. I watched. My eyes
You
were
saw
on the
it.
screen,
You saw the
and I
movie.
was listening to whatever was in. Like I had my headphones in. At a certain point, I had to turn the music down. Liz goes, everything all right? I go, if you play something I like, I can't concentrate on this piece of shit.
I
So
will
please
lose focus.
put on one of those horrible podcasts. Like I won't pay attention to that. Like
We watched it at my place. I had a couple friends over.
And
And
you made a party of it.
Oh, we made I was just like, I have to watch a bad movie. If you guys have nothing to do, come over. And on the couch, there was 4 of us total. 3 of us were all falling asleep, and I'd wake up and look over, and it's just like, okay, 2 out of us are sleeping, and then I would nod off again. It was just like the next day I had to go and rewind, unfortunately, and rewatch parts of it.
what about you?
I was watching it, God, on Friday, like during, like I was working and I just moved into my apartment, so I was like unpacking things, and I was like, this is a great mindless thing to have on in the background, and I still like I was folding clothes and was more interested in folding my clothes in the movie.
Yeah. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah.
How did you consume this piece of trash?
Yeah, I gave this thing a spin last night. I was after about like 30 minutes in, I was ready to just go to sleep. Like it was like I could turn this off right now, and then like just watch the last like 15 minutes and just feel like I didn't miss a single thing.
You got it
that's
all,
going
yeah.
on this- yeah, like I figured it out. Especially once you actually see the ending, like we mentioned before, like how it's just setting up the future. It's like, oh, like I could just go random bullshit and the Munsters have money now, and that's what I learned.
How did
from
they get the money again?
So Eddie
brother?
Eddie Munster, who is the werewolf.
yeah.
That's
was-
not Eddie.
No.
Eddie is the son on the show. Eddie is not a character in the movie, damn it.
Oh my good God.
What's the brother's name?
Lester.
He hasn't been
Lester.
born yet.
Oh, holy hell.
Lester
Okay.
Dracula.
Yeah. So anyway,
Okay.
the werewolf like does the shady deal to get out of some money, and
The
then
black
it actually,
exploitation werewolf.
Yes.
Yes.
And then it actually becomes like he took like con them out of their castle in Transylvania, and then actually like his real estate deal turns out going well.
Mike, you didn't even watch this movie. It wasn't a real estate deal. Man.
That's what he said. Oh my God.
He took the money from the real estate deal and went to Las Vegas and parlayed the money into a Mike. These
You know
are
what?
important
I am
points.
so sorry.
The day-to-day minutia of the Munsters was absolutely required.
What I don't like is
to tell this gripping story.
of the story that
Yeah.
this was
Yeah.
over.
So,
Nick.
all right, but here's my thing. Obviously, we know that this isn't good, right? The budget on this was $5 million. Okay, I two more million gave you a fucking Invisible Man.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? $1 million gave you Pearl and X. I want to know what the intention was with this. Was it supposed to be like a 2-hour episode of the Munsters that just kept going and going and going? Was it supposed to be in black and white so like it wasn't like really weirdly shot and everything? Because like I feel like if it was in black and white and meant to be campy, like all the weird sets and the lighting and all the weird line reading and like everything would like kind of be a little bit easier to digest. Like, oh, this is for people who clearly are looking for this. But this is like half a modern like update and half like a let's keep it in its own lane. I just don't understand the intention behind it.
None of the lines really felt like they hit for any audience.
Well, that was the other thing too. Is like Rob Zombie is not a comedy writer, so why is he writing this movie? Like they should have hired a writer.
They should have hired a lot of different things.
Well, I guess they only had $5 million. So
yeah. Oh man.
Where do you think that money even went? For
to
this?
his
like,
wife.
What did they spend it on?
Rob
like,
Zombie is the ultimate wife
He took
man.
$3 million, she took $1 million, and they spread the rest.
Probably, yeah. That's what it sounds like.
They had to build that castle in Transylvania.
Yeah, right.
They had to shoot in, like, they went on location in Paris where, you know, the actual Eiffel Tower is lit up so brightly you can't actually see the Eiffel Tower. That's how it really is.
That's exactly what it's like.
He shot it on his iPhone. He got all the coverage he needed.
Yeah, right.
And that was the other thing too. The dialogue with the scenes would go on for so fucking long and would be like these. Because like if you're shooting a 22-minute episode of the Munsters, right? That means
with 3 story arcs.
With 3 story arcs, A, B, and C. That means everybody gets their moment, and then they all come together at one point at the climax. And then everybody gets their moment going to the end. You know what I mean? And that's if you chunk this movie out, it has because like 3 stories stop and fucking start. Like first it's I Can't Find a Love, then it's Let's Fall in Love. Then it's this weird, like, I lost the house.
I lost the house and let's move to Hollywood.
Exactly. Like, so, like, if you chop those out, and maybe this was, like, a Halloween special, and it was, like, done with the intention that it had of being, like, black and white and everything, which I don't think black and white would have saved it, but it definitely would have improved the presentation for sure.
I think it would have set your expectations a
thank you.
little lower.
Yeah, that's better, too. That's a better way to say it. So,
could you imagine watching this 2 hours in black and white, though?
Yeah.
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 You could?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Black and white is whatever. I would have preferred
I don't think
it.
It doesn't fix anything, but you're like, you
like,
watch it and you're like, oh, okay. Like, I understand a little bit more what they're trying to do.
It's putting a Band-Aid on cancer, you know what I mean?
I would have glazed over just like there's not even colors here.
That's the thing is it just watching it in color gave another thing for me to just dislike about it. Yeah. Whereas if it was in black and white, it would at least be presented in a way that didn't look terrible.
It looked like the lighting design of Beetlejuice. So I got purple and lime green
like it was
all
at the
weekend.
fucking Echoplex with just the clamp lights with a gel over top. It's like, why?
It was.
Because it was.
$5 million.
It looked like the fucko.
It looked like the fucko. Here's what I'll say about this. Number one, there was only one good performance from the lead characters, and that was Daniel Roebuck as Grandpa.
He was great.
He was good.
He was good. The other two were trash. And I think this is perfect timing for this movie to come out. It's a great thing for the people of Florida to take their minds off the other disaster that just happened.
Okay, right. Holy shit. Go ahead, Ryan.
I don't remember the name of the actor that played Herman Munster. If that guy actually sounds like that in like his real life, like that's how he talks and that's what his voice sounds like, I feel bad for that guy because his voice was so annoying.
That was
in this
such
movie.
A choice to make him crack his voice like a teenager on every single line.
Oh,
well, I
it was
don't
awful.
know
so
why.
Here's my thought. Have you guys seen the original show, The Munsters?
So
I've seen episodes of it, but it's not like I said, like, oh, the fucking Munsters are on. Like, you know.
I went back and watched like 2 episodes before this, so I could be like, let me see what the characters
yes,
energetically are like.
So I think for Herman, it's like the laugh, like I see what they were doing there, but I don't get the voice cracking thing. The only thing I can surmise from that is that these are people, the actors are in their like 50s, and they're
Sherry Moon Zombie.
Yeah, they're somewhere in there, for late 40s, early 50s. And they're trying to play characters that are teenagers falling in love. So the only thing that they could come up with to be teenagers was to have the voice crack.
Maybe.
I just thought maybe it was just a shitty choice, but
well, yes, it was both.
I don't know. I just
They're not mutually exclusive.
And also Sherry Moon Zombies, though. Oh,
that's what I
my
felt.
God.
I felt every single character was trying to do like some type of imitation
but they,
of that, but we're like I thought it was like in the very beginning when she's on the date with like Nosferatu and she's asking like overacting every bit, and I was like, okay, are they just making her an awkward
That's the
person?
sentence I never thought I heard in my life.
Right.
It's when she's on a date with Nosferatu.
And like her
was great.
lines are like, I'm just looking to fall in love with her, and it's just like I was like, are we playing it up
Lady,
for being campy? And
like,
then 2
have,
hours
like,
go by.
don't hump the fucking table now. Calm down.
And
It's
if
a
you-
kid's movie.
if you watch
Is
the
it?
original show, it's like just here's a regular family, and they're very, like Herman Munster's a goofy, good-natured dad.
He's a good guy. He's like,
He's not like. I mean,
Also, there's no laugh track.
yeah.
honestly, I would have liked this better with the laugh
I would
track.
have loved this with a laugh track.
That's a great point.
Interesting.
Ryan, thoughts
I
on the
don't
laugh
know.
track?
I don't know. That's actually a great.
It's
Really
it's definitely a game changer because it was also of a different time.
You know what?
Well,
like,
it makes sense if you're trying to mimic the TV show in the
Right.
film, because then,
Yeah.
it feels like it's missing now that you say it. Like, oh yeah, that totally should have been.
Let me put it like this: what if this was presented in 4:3, black and white, with a laugh track, all of which originally intended, and released over 3 weeks on a streaming service as like a Munsters
Miniseries.
little special or some shit. I don't know. I mean, that doesn't
I think-
change
I think-
the
I think
horrible
you have to-
horrible
you have to
mischaracterizations
Yeah.
and like the horrible performances and dialogue, but I think the presentation as far as setting expectations would go over better.
Yeah,
I
agree.
think you gotta cut the runtime down
for sure.
Like,
Yeah.
it should have been like a hard 70 minutes. Oh, like
yeah, like,
Three-
like
Yeah,
90,
yeah, like
90
hours
minutes at best.
way too
90
much
was
for this.
90. I was like, how long could it be? It can't be any longer than an hour 25, right?
And then,
I
yeah,
was
and you're
like,
like, God
holy shit.
Damn it. I
Was-
think if it was 4:3 laugh track black and white, I think it would have had the charm of the original
Yes.
in that kind of way. So it would have been actually enjoyable to watch. Like, you can watch like an old episode of some TV and you're like, I get the nostalgia and the era of this. And I think like you mentioned, yeah, it's like if you're doing the cutaways where it's like there's the weird backgrounds with lightning and shit and you're doing like that kind of stuff, the laugh track would have made it a lot more whole.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the best part about the whole thing was that little ending credit sequence, the animated house. That was my favorite part.
I turned it off
I turned
literally
it the
right at the
second
last scene.
the second it faded to
Black. I was like, fuck this.
I just sat there silently with my own thoughts as the credits were playing.
like
I cried into a loaded revolver for a bit, and then
I pulled the hammer. I thought about it.
What am I doing with my life?
So I'm very confused at what Rob Zombie's trying to accomplish as a film director.
yeah, that's kind of like my whole angle here is I
That's-
don't know the
yeah.
intention behind this.
because it's
to
just,
get paid.
Well, yeah, but
to pay
how,
his wife.
But
Like,
he's paid out of the budget, and the budget was only $5 million. This man used to get paid at least $10 million to make huge franchise
I
movies.
also think this was just a passion project for him. He just
Yes.
liked the Munsters, so he's like, "Oh, this will be fun."
I think so too. But then why? Like he's been on such a decline in like all of his movies for years
now.
now. I mean, like
He peaked at
Yeah.
he peaked with probably Halloween for sure. The first Halloween.
even with that, it was like, why are you remaking this? Like, you made House of a Thousand Corpses, you had Devil's Rejects. you
Everybody
had-
likes the first Halloween remake, Mike. Okay,
I know they do, but it's also it's kind of like, okay, you did these things, and then it's like, all right, now you're trying to redo an IP, and then the second Halloween is garbage.
It's so bad.
And then just like, what are you doing? And this is where you want to try and
Well,
come back and be a director.
He made 3 from Hell, which I haven't seen, but apparently that's the trilogy ender for House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. And then he made Lords of Salem, Ryan, I think.
no,
It
it's
sounds
not-
right.
it's-
Yeah. That's look.
Lords,
yeah.
I'm pretty
He's- well, he's
sure-
got a weird filmography. Rob
Goodwill
Zombie.
Hunting.
Good Will Hunting, yeah, that's right.
That was his best.
Let me see. Yeah, Lords of Salem was his
Salem, yeah.
2012 movie.
right.
Rob Zombie movie. I think I got that backwards. I think Lords of Salem first, and then it was 3 from Hell. And
Three
then
from Hell was just in 2019. I guess.
yeah,
so
okay.
that's
And then
most
he
recent
made this.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like he is.
They've all gotten worse every single
They
time.
have. I don't know where he sits in the horror community. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, and I don't think he does.
Well, House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects are pretty much like cult hits. They have
Absolutely.
a big following, and everyone who's not like a big gatekeeper likes the first Halloween remake, and then the second one, everyone was like, "Go
was that the one
fuck
where
yourself."
he like murders the guy in the bathroom of the gas station?
No, that's the sequel, the Legacy sequel from 2018.
Is that part of the
No.
series that it's coming out now?
Yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm not saying
So
it's
I
a
don't
bad
remember.
movie.
Is it the one
I'm
where
just
he's
saying,
like in like that?
Oh my
prison
god, that happens in
playgrounds?
both movies. Holy shit!
He murders the guy in
He
the
gets the
bathroom stall?
coveralls. Yeah, he murders the big guy in the bathroom stalls in the Rob Zombie remake, and then he murders that guy in the bathroom stalls of the gas station in the remake.
Which
too.
one has the?
I mean, in the sequel.
prison courtyard with the squares.
This the sequel.
That's not Rob Zombie.
That's not Rob Zombie.
Okay.
No, that's the one that came out
2018.
Yeah, that's the recent trilogy that they're
I
about
don't know
to
if
end.
I ever saw the Rob Zombie ones. Halloween ends.
Halloween ends.
Not looking forward to that one.
No,
if it's
but
anything
we'll be
like
here.
the second one.
It's going
But,
straight to
but Evil
Peacock,
dies
boys.
tonight, so
Yeah.
Evil dies tonight.
It goes straight to Peacock, so you know they have faith in it. I mean, the last one only cost them like 20 million, and on opening weekend they made 60 right off the bat. So
going right to the cock.
Yeah, exactly. It's going right to the cock. You actually can probably stream Halloween Ends and Jurassic World Dominion now on Peacock.
Right on your cock.
So yeah, overall Munsters awful, downright.
I did hear like I was like reading some of reviews and other shit of it, and like the people that like watch and like the Munsters apparently were like, this is a like energetic.
Fuck that.
Yeah, no. So like, yes, for us who I was like didn't watch it, horrible. They were like,
How
it
dare them
wasn't
try
too
to tell
bad.
me what I'm supposed to like and dislike.
They, the people who grew up watching it and shit, they were like, this feels like the Munsters, and I was like, oh well,
go watch those
then
again.
go
Don't
watch
make
them
us
again.
all watch
Yeah.
Well, because they tried to remake the Munsters in the 90s as well in color, and like
Yes.
that flopped.
Yeah.
There's a YouTube channel called I think it's Hats Off Entertainment that does a great review of all the Munsters reboots and spin-offs and whatnot, and
Ooh.
everything that I've seen off of like that series, they all seemed 1,000 times better than this.
So what do y'all rate it?
I can't rate this because I don't know what the
Honestly,
objective is.
I
I can't tell if it did what it set out
No,
to do. Like,
that was
because
what I
I
was
don't know what
thinking
it's trying to do.
The whole damn time I was like, where is this sitting? What does it want to do?
Hey, though, at the end of the day, is Lester won a bet and they made millions of dollars.
Okay,
That was
so
the whole
if I were
premise
to
of the
give this a
movie.
1 out of 10, it's like a 2.
It was better than I thought it was going to be based on the trailer, which is shocking.
Which yeah.
Okay, I noticed you didn't give it a number though.
I don't know. Somebody else give a number while I'm still thinking.
I'll give it a 3 based off of that.
We're
Nick.
going 1 to 10,
1 to
right?
10, yeah.
I'll give him a 0.5 just for like actually making-
Okay, all right, yeah. Just for getting to make a movie.
because
People
it
went to
employed-
work.
It
People went
employed
to work.
people. Yeah.
All right, Nick, let's bring it home.
I give it a 3, I guess. I'll give it a 3.
Okay, so,
All right, so what do we
3,
got?
2, 1.5. Is that what it is? So what are we looking for?
Just like literally a 1, maybe
I think it might
6.5. It's a 1.16 or whatever. That's rough.
Yeah, that would be
rough.
that. It's a 1.625. So
There we
let's
go,
just
yeah.
call it a 2 and call it a day. Yeah, 2 out of 10.